Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I have started the Python playlist series, which will be which will end roundabout in 8 days. And in that days, I will cover everything which is related to Python for data science. So today's our first lecture is about introduction to Python, and what is actually Python. What is the function? What is the print function? And what are actually the concept of variables in Python? So before going to my agenda, I want you to install one thing which is called Anaconda distribution. And if you install the Anaconda distribution, then it will be easy for you because it will include all the libraries which I will use in this course. So first of all, let's start with a Python. So but before that, when you install the Anaconda, you need to go to your window tab, and here you will have to click on Jupyter Notebook. You will have to search and enter the Jupyter Notebook. After that, you will get an interface like this. Your desktop, you will have to select one folder, and in that one folder, in which you want to do programming, you will have to create the Python 3 file. And here it will give you some sort of this type of notebook. Okay. Now but let's move toward the agenda. What is actually a Python? If you are from department, or you are resembling with some sort of computer science or IT, then you must heard about Python, because it is one of the common language and one of the easy language to learn when it comes to the programming. So it's actually a versatile and high level programming language, and which has known for its readability and simplicity. It is simple language and it's easy to read. Python is it is used for web development. It can be used for the data science. It can be used for the automation, and it in fact it contains thousands of libraries. So now the question is, why to use Python? First of all, is it has a large community support. Okay, it means that many of the peoples are working on this. According to 2K23 or 2K24, I don't remember, but it is one of the top language in the world currently. The second thing is thousand of libraries. As I told you, it consists of a thousand of libraries. The third is it is easy and accessible documentation, which means that if you want to know something about Python, for example, I want to use print in Python. You'll have to click it, and it will give you will get a lot of website where it will discuss Python print function. So you can go for it. You can also go for the Python documentation here, input and output. Here I think you will get here you will yes, you got the print function here. So you will get a lot of things when you go to the Python documentation. And this video is actually about some sort of introduction to Python. So I want to wind up these theories so that we move toward the practical thing. So now the third thing is, why Python for data science? It has extensive libraries for data science like NumPy, which is used for the matrices, pandas, which is used for the data analysis, matplotlib, which is used for the data visualization. It has edu to read syntax, and as I told you, it has large community and resources. So now it was the introduction to a Python. Now the one thing is, for Python is IDE independent. IDE independent means it doesn't need to be a software installed in order to run your Python application, run our Python app. For example, if I don't have any, for example, if I don't have any IDE. IDE means integrated development environment. IDE is something. It's like a platform which enables you to run your program. So if I don't have that IDE, just like we have a for the Java, we can use Visual Studio Code. And for example, if I don't have the ID, if I simple have Notepad, I click on I enter on the Notepad, and I print something here. First of all, you need to install the Python. First of all, you need to install the Python. Then after that, you can click here, print hello. Okay, you actually have done the code. You have done the code in your notebook. Now you will have to save it. You will have to go to the save as. In the save as, you need to convert its extension to .py, and you name it as aky. And where I want to save in a desktop. So if I save it here, it will be saved. After that, what should I do? I will open this thing in the command prompt. I have opened this thing. First of all, I need to check is Python installed in my PC or not. I don't have installed Python, so that's why it will not run. But I will show you the way how to run this thing. First of all, you need to go to the directory where this file is here. Then after that, you will have to click on Python aky.py, and it will return the print function to you. So I don't have the Python installed here, but I do have the Python in my Jupyter notebook. Now let's move toward the first thing, which is called a print. What is a print function? Print function is actually used to print something. For example, if I want to print I am Ayaz. So for example, if I want to print here I am Ayaz, and how to run that cell, you will have to run it by shift and enter. It will print me everything. For example, if I want to print 12.3, it is simple use for printing something. Okay, in this way we can use the print function. Okay, now let's try to go to some advanced things. Now the second thing is we can also use in the print function some calculations. For example, I want to print 12 plus 3. Apart from this, I want to print 45 divided by 3. Yes, if I want to print 15 divided by 8, it will give me the print, and it will print you everything you want. Okay, just like calculations, just like maybe a string means any sentence or any word, uh, any character. You can also print any character here. So now that was all for the print function. It's a simple function and it can print something. And the second thing is variables. What are actually the variables? Where are variables are one of the important concept in the field of programming language. uh, I will tell you something about variable. What is actually the variable? So variables are used as a temporary container, as a temporary container which can store the data, which can store the data. It is just like we suppose the x value in mathematics. So, for example, in mathematics, when we perform the calculations, we generally do x is equal to 3, y is equal to 3. Variables are just like this thing. For example, if I click on x is equal to 3, x is actually a variable and 3 is actually a value which has been assigned into variable. If I print on x, if I print x, then it will actually return me x. Now I use the temporary container. Why it's a temporary? If you change the value from 5, then it will also print the value. It will print the x value as 5 because it has changed. It's a temporary value, not a permanent. It's permanent in a sense when you assign it, for example, x is equal to 3 and it has not been changed. So that's another scenario when it comes to the Python, when it comes to the concept of when it comes to the concept of variables in Python. Okay, now let's move towards some more things, some advanced things what we can do with the variable. So for example, I want to do a print of two numbers. I want to do a sum of two numbers. For example, I have x plus 34, y plus 36, and now I want to print x plus y, and it will actually return me. Apart from this, we can also store the name in a string. For example, aky 1 2 3 4 5 7. It's a string. It will be not be considered the whole. This thing will not be considered a number. It will be a string. When you write something in a single quotation or double quotation, it can be considered as a string. So if I click on the print x, then it will print me something. Okay, now let's do the final thing. I want to make a here. I want to make a calculator here. Okay, just calculator like thing. So here on that time, I will actually tell you which type of function we can perform with the Python. So for example, take x as 30, y as 40. Now I want to add these things. So what will I do? I will do x plus y. Apart from this, if I click on print x minus y, then it will actually subtract x from y. It will subtract y from x. And then if I click on print x steric y, steric is used for the multiplication, it will multiply the something. Then I click x divided by y, it will give me a division. And if I click on x modulo of y, what is a modulo operator? Module operator gives you a remainder. For example, if I have 12 as x and I use the module y as 3, then it will divide 12 by 3. Whenever the remainder, it will give me a print. Now if I run it here, we have a add addition 70, subtraction is minus 10, multiplication is 0.12, 1200. Now this is 0.75. Now there is a question. I want to round this number. I want to truncate this number. I want to truncate in a sense. I want to remove 0.75. I want to only return the number that is actually before the point. So for this purpose, I will use a double slash. If I click on here, then it will return me. Now, if I want to take the square, so for this purpose, I use the double steric, which means that x power y square. So what is the value of x? 30. 30 power 40 square. 30 power 40. It will actually return 30 power 40. So if I run it here, it will be a big number, 30 power 40. If I click on x steric 2, it will be x square. If I click on here, then it will take the square of x. So there are some operations that we can do with the Python. I hope you saw you like the video. Subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon and wait for next videos, because it was a general introduction, and in the future we will add some functionality into it and we will make it more better. Thank you. Bye bye.